If you want to be a top performing sales professional, let's be honest, you got to close deals, a lot of deals, quickly. And that means that follow-up has to be your friend. Can you believe that over 50% of sales professionals stop following up after 2 calls, 2 different outreaches? In this video, we're going to talk about how to make follow-up your friend, how to be a master at follow-up to allow you to close more deals. Hi, I'm Shawn Casemore, and I help you learn how to be a top performing sales professional so you can earn more in less time, which sounds pretty darn good to most of the people I work with. So make sure you click subscribe to this channel. You get notified each and every time I release a new video. And if you like this video, click like so I know that you like this content. You can also comment below with your strategies that you find work best for you. Now let's get into it. Here's the thing about follow-up. I'm not going to give you a follow-up sequence. You can come up with your own, right? Whether you follow up every couple of days, once a day, whatever the case is, every situation is different. I'm going to give you behaviors and approaches you can use in general, no matter what you sell, that will allow you to ensure that you do follow up quickly. And here's the first one. When a prospect or even a client or customer who can buy more from you reaches out, respond quickly. Now let me differentiate those for a second. If you're managing an account, and it's a huge account, and you got people reaching out with all sorts of questions, this is not the scenario I'm talking about. I'm talking about, hey, I had a few meetings this week, and Sunday afternoon, one of those people I met with that is a prospect reaches out to me with a question. If I see that Sunday afternoon, I'm responding Sunday afternoon. Now, not because I'm trying to take away life balance, right? If it's that important to you, then take some time off later in the week. But because I've got the prospect's attention. They have set aside some time on their Sunday to ask me a question, and assuming it's a decent question, I'm going to respond Sunday afternoon because there's a chance we'll get into a back and forth. Now again, you might say, well, Shawn, that takes away my personal time. True, but if the prospect's ready to go, if they've got good questions and you can respond, you're demonstrating to them the following. If Shawn's ready to answer my questions now and he's this responsive now, what will happen if we actually buy from Shawn or Shawn's company, right? That's what they're putting into their mind when you're responding like this. So don't wait till Monday at 10 o'clock after your sales meeting to get back to them. That's what they expect. Stand out, be responsive to all new prospects to set a precedence as to what they can expect from you, your company, your products and services if they buy from you. When it comes to following up, we need to be creative. Too many sales professionals that I train and coach tend to approach follow-up in the same manner every time. So let's say you and I have a meeting, we agree on the meeting to a next meeting, and then you cancel that meeting. What do? I send an email. Then I send another email, and I follow up on the first email with the second email, and after a few emails, then I call you, and I say, no, I'm really confused. We're supposed to have a meeting. You're not getting back to me. The email, is everything okay? Are you okay? And it's another email, right? It's the same thing over and over and over again. So when a prospect tends to ghost them or at least disappear temporarily, the follow-up becomes very routine, which is, first off, boring from the standpoint of the prospect and what they're receiving. Secondly, it's what all of your competitors are doing. They're sending emails, making calls over and over and over. If you're really lucky, they'll go to LinkedIn. These are all strategies, but what I want you to do is include some creativity in your follow-up. So let's say we have a meeting and it went well and I need to follow up with you. I'm gonna maybe send you something like a written thank you card in the mail, courier it so it gets there quickly, that says, hey, thank you so much for your time, all written by me. I really appreciate it and looking forward to our call Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. That's it. Creative, simple. Doesn't have to be complex, doesn't have to be difficult, but you want to stand out from your competitors, do something different from them, and you want to make sure your follow-up is creative because that is how we get and retain the attention of our prospects. Doing what everybody else is doing, sending emails is lazy. You need to be creative. Send something in the mail, send something in courier, send them a bomb or Vidyard video of you saying, hey, thank you so much for that meeting. It was really great to meet you and the team. I'm looking forward to our call next Tuesday at 10. And if you need something in the meantime, reach out, right? That was the video, simple. But make sure you're using creativity because that is gonna help you stand out and it's gonna elevate your follow-up so that you can actually move towards the close. This next step is what I call the 5 follow-up strategy. Now, there are lots of studies that suggest you need to follow up 12 times, 18 times, I mean, you name it. And every situation is different. It would be silly of us to assume that every situation is the same. But what I find in general terms is you can use the 5 follow-up strategy and you're guaranteed to get a response, okay? Now, this assumes that you're being creative, like we talked about before, And ultimately, you're responsive if the prospect does get back to you. You don't leave it for a day or half a day, right? You get back to them very quickly. But here is the 5 responses. You've just got 5 different steps spaced out from the initial outreach. So scenario, let's say for a moment that we're going to have a meeting and you cancel the meeting. So I'm going to follow up with you, right? I follow up on the day of the meeting, right? To say, hey, sorry you can't make it. Here's some options to reschedule the meeting. And I put those options right in an email. 3 options with some date and time ranges for them to choose from. Okay. If you want to give them a link to your calendar, you can. I just find that's less personal, but it's up to you. It's fine. Okay. Next, if I don't hear back from you that day that you canceled, I'm going to check 24 hours later, late in the next day. Hey, not sure if you got my email yesterday, wanted to reschedule. These dates and time ranges I sent you are still valid, okay? Or at least stroke out the one that's not valid. If you don't hear back the second time, the next morning, make a call. Hey, is everything okay? I know you couldn't make our call Tuesday. Just wanted to check in with you. If you'd like, we can set something up for next week if that's more beneficial. I'll send you an email with some updated dates and times, and then you send that email. That's still part of number 3. Now, if you don't hear anything back within 24 hours, wait another 24, right? So now I've extended this a bit, and I want you to go to social media. If you're not connected already, and you should be, prior to your first meeting, make sure you do connect and send a personalized message using LinkedIn that says, hey, it was great talking to you last week. Sorry we couldn't make Monday's meeting work. Is there a better time for you? And just leave it at that. No dates, no time options, just leave it wide open. Give them till the next week. So give them another 72 hours, right, into the following week, and then you follow up one more time, typically through email. If that doesn't work, you mail them something, okay? Now, I'm not gonna get into the mailing side, that's different, but my point is this: if you set the goal of following up 5 times, spaced out as I've suggested, being creative in your outreach and changing up the channels, you're gonna find you're gonna get a response. Don't give up after 1 time, don't give up after 2. 5 times, and then you move them to the quarterly follow-up where you reach out every quarter because clearly they've changed their mind or something has changed and they're not interested right now. So use the 5 follow-up strategy to make sure your follow-ups are effective. As I mentioned, if the 5 follow-up strategy doesn't work for you, then put them on a quarterly follow-up campaign is probably what I would best call it. Now you might probably saying, what's a follow-up campaign? You should have something that you send out quarterly to all of your past prospects, okay, that it didn't happen, didn't move. They might have gone with your competitor, they might have dropped you and you don't know what happened, but you should stay in touch with them every quarter. Now, what you send them is up to you and it will differ depending on what you sell. It could be a brochure. It could be a newsletter that you create on Canva. It could simply be an email you send out with some updated information. Don't, though, make it some cheesy, horribly pieced together email that just shows all the sales, right? I mean, maybe put that at the bottom. Send it, make it creative, right? That's going back to the initial goal. That follow-up's got to be creative. But every quarter, go back to that list and reach out. Now, if somebody says stop reaching out, okay, you can stop. That's fine. But otherwise, if you've qualified them, then you should keep in touch because you never know when the right time is going to be for them. So put them on your quarterly follow-up and keep following up. Now, you can see, and I want to explain before we wrap this video up, that if you follow these steps, you're going to be doing a lot of follow-up. But that's good. That means that the prospects you're getting, you're working them and you're spending time on them and with them, which builds trust. It creates a relationship and they come to expect your follow-up, which again keeps you top of mind. That's the goal of follow-up. If they're not actually going to respond and let you know what's happening, we at least want to stay top of mind, and these strategies do that. So make sure you elevate, accelerate, advance your follow-up strategies by applying these tips. And if you'd like more videos on how to be a top performing sales professional, visit my YouTube channel. There's lots more there for you. Until next time, let's get out there and go sell something. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, make sure you click subscribe. You'll even be notified the next time we release a new video.